everybody. Welcome to the replay. I haven't been on in a while. So, I'm glad to be back with you guys again. It's been busy, but that's good as long as it's productive. Busyness is good as long as it's productive. What's up? Come on in, give you this midday inspirations, midday encouragement. Hope you're having a great day and a great week so far. And so thank you for joining us, and welcome to the replay. If you're watching, I had a great revelation yesterday I wanted to share with you. It's a music producer. How you doing, sir? Hey, what's up? Hey, I wanted to share my revelation with you that I actually got somebody else. Kanisha actually said it yesterday. So yesterday we were actually at one of the Austin high schools in inner city Chicago, and we're actually doing this 7-week program on emotional health and growth, good, wise decisions, and forgiveness and inner healing. So it's really awesome. It's paying big dividends. Hey, from Colorado, how you doing? Great race. And so I wanted to share this revelation that I got. Hey, Austin, yes. So we are in one of those local public high schools, encouraging kids, and that's what it's all about, right? Encouraging kids and getting them connected. So here's my revelation. Have you ever met somebody? Hey, what's up, James? How you doing? Hey, blessings from Virginia. What's up? Hey, brother Tony. How you doing, man? Okay, so here's my revelation. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining, and share this with somebody else. I really think it'll encourage them. So this won't be long. So I had a revelation. Oh, wait. Before I go, I wanted to try the new thing. Oh, yes, that's awesome. Okay, I want to try. Oh, I love this. Oh, that's so awesome. So they updated Periscope, so now you can sketch. That is so dope. Okay, so I wanted to hit you with this new revelation, right? So have you ever met somebody who you don't know? You've never met them before. You've never met them on social media. You don't know anything about them, but you meet them for the first time, and for some reason you guys start talking, and you just kind of click. And I'm not talking about just like romantically. I'm talking about just, friends, whether male or female. You just click. You feel comfortable around them. Sometimes it can make you feel like you know them and you don't even know them. And so you get these good feelings about them. You get a positive feeling about them. You're saying like, I really like that guy. I really like that girl. I don't know why. Hey, good morning. Thanks, Tina, for logging in. And so you think, hey, I really like them. What I found is that like 8 or 9 times out of 10, they'll remind you of somebody from your past that you also have good feelings about, or you associate good feelings with. I'll give you an example. Hey, what's up, South Africa? I'll give you an example, okay? So, I was teaching in Flint, Minneapolis. I was teaching in Flint, Michigan this past weekend. And the first lady there who was hosting the event, I was teaching at the youth portion of a family conference. And so the first lady there who was there, Pastor Tanya, she actually reminded me a lot of my mom. And it made me feel very comfortable around her. We had some good conversation, we had some dinner afterwards. And she just made me feel so comfortable. And I really felt good around her. But I thought about it when I got on the plane. I said, she really reminds me of my mother. And just kind of some of her mannerisms and how she would do things and even how she communicated just reminded me a lot of my mom. And me and my mom have a great relationship. And so that automatically put me at ease and gave me good feelings about her, and so how many times does it happen to us? Now, I'm going to share the revelation that I got. So here's the revelation. So that's on the positive side. But check out this revelation on the opposite side. So Kanisha, as she just joined, thanks, Kanisha. She was actually ministering. She was talking yesterday, giving her presentation about forgiveness. She did a great job. She actually had to do it for 4 class periods in a row. So strength be with her. But she was talking on forgiveness, and she said something, and she said it wasn't even in her notes, but God just dropped it in her heart. And it was so simple, but man, like mind blown, like explosion, like man. And so what she said is, she said, the only way that you can not like somebody without knowing them, without ever meeting them, without ever hearing about them, the only way you can not like somebody without them ever doing wrong to you is that they remind you of somebody from your past who has hurt you. I was like, mind blown. And I thought about that. Like, how many times have we encountered somebody and we don't know them at all. And we don't know anything about them. We don't know what they're about. They've never done anything personally to harm us. But for some reason, you feel a little iffy about them. Or you're like, I don't know about that. Or, how many times have you had somebody look at you strange and you're like, why are they looking in my direction? And hey, let's be real. Somebody looking in your direction should not set you off and make you angry. But when you think about it, how many times does that person remind us of somebody from our past that has hurt us? And what happened is she started explaining that when that person reminds us of somebody from our past that has hurt us, when it starts to make us feel negatively about a person that we don't even know, then that's a sign and an indicator to us that there's still inner healing that needs to happen in our heart. Because we meet somebody that we've never known before, but all of a sudden we don't like them because of somebody that they remind us from our past. And I've had that happen. I've had that encounter. I've encountered kids who they've never known me. They've never met me. They've barely even heard me say anything. And for some strange reason, they have this attitude towards me. And I don't take it personally. Hey, good morning, Osazi. I don't take it personally, but I just kind of probe and come to find out sometimes that they have issues maybe with somebody else that, hey, maybe I remind them of. And so, hey, it happens. And that kind of thing happens. But what I'm here to say is that sometimes what we don't understand is that if we haven't healed from this past hurts or these past issues, or we haven't forgiven those who have hurt us in our past, then that can start to sabotage future relationships. And so, I'll give you an example of how our brain works, how our mind works. And so, thank you. And so my wife, she actually tells this story, and she told it last week. And thank you. My wife's on here. Follow her. That's Nikki Winston. She's awesome. I like you too, boo. And so what happened is, she tells a story about how she got in a car accident when she was a teenager. Hey, what's up? What's up? Thanks for joining. She got in a car accident when she was a teenager making a left turn in an intersection. So any of you all who have ever been in a car accident, you understand how traumatic that could be. And so she got in a car accident. So check this out, that after getting in that car accident, she didn't want to get in a left turn situation in an intersection anymore. And so she started avoiding left turns in an intersection because of that one bad experience that she had. Now check this out. Every intersection that she went to, she would have these feelings rise up. Even though it was a different intersection. It was a different intersection all completely. So I thought about this and I was like, let's make a parallel here. Let's draw some conclusions. Because let's think about romantic relationships. People get into romantic relationships and they get in romantic relationships and maybe it's a bad romance. It's a terrible relationship. Maybe there's abuse in the relationship. You finally get out of that relationship. But if you are not healed from that situation, if you are not healed from that hurt, from that pain, if you haven't forgiven, then you'll get into the next relationship. And what your mind does is, if you are not healed inside, it's going to associate the new person in the new relationship with the old person in the old relationship. Now, I know they're different people, right? But for Nikki, it was a different intersection, but she still wouldn't turn left because of the one bad experience in an accident that she had turning left in one intersection. And so it happens all the time. I meet people all the time who get into new romantic relationships and sabotage them because they start treating the new person like the old person, even though the new person isn't the old person. But hey, and it makes me mad too. I understand. But check this out. When you get healed in your heart, when you forgive and you accept and receive healing and you go through the healing process, then you don't sabotage those new relationships. And when you see somebody who reminds you of somebody from your past, you don't have to get angry. You don't have to get mad. Yeah, you don't have to get revenge. And that's what happens. And so I'm really a believer that, you got to get inner healing. And as you get inner healing, you won't sabotage your future friendships, your future romances. You won't sabotage any of those things. Even when somebody reminds you of somebody from your past, you'll be able to do them good. You'll be able to speak to them well, and things will be better. And so my advice to you, the whole point of this scope, don't act out of pain. Do not act out of pain. Just because somebody reminds you of your past doesn't mean they are the person from your past. Just because somebody reminds you of somebody that you might have had some issues with doesn't mean they are that person. And Tina says, I always thought it was a spiritual conflict. And hey, that could be true too. But what I have found is that a lot of times we act out of, we'll act out of our past. We'll act out of our subconscious. We'll subconsciously treat people a certain way. Yeah, and sometimes there could be a conflict between your head and your heart. But what my instruction to you is, my advice to you is make sure that you receive healing and you forgive. You forgive those who have aught against you, because, hey, we all have done somebody else wrong in our past. And those who have done us wrong in our past, when we don't forgive them, we hold those hurts, we hold those pains, and then we start treating people that we don't know who haven't done anything to us. We start treating them out of that pain and out of that hurt and out of that unforgiveness. And so other people suffer. So I'm here to tell you that don't act out of pain. Give everybody a fair shake. Now, I know sometimes people don't deserve it. I know every situation is different. But just because somebody reminds you of someone from your past doesn't mean they are that person. So I thought that was a great revelation if they remind you. Them reminding you of somebody from your past that has hurt you. I thought that was a great revelation because it works both ways. You feel so comfortable around somebody who reminds you of somebody who you have good feelings with, a brother, a sister, a really best friend that you grew up with, and that, now you've kind of separated, but then you meet somebody and you're like, man, you remind me of this friend. That was a really good friend I grew up with. We were like brothers, and they have good feelings towards you. But, sometimes I've gotten in some situations where I remind them of another pastor who they used to know, who was shady and did their family wrong and did some bad stuff to them. And they might have negative feelings towards me without even knowing me because of what has happened to them through another pastoral leader. And I might remind them of that person because of what my role is. And so, sometimes we have to work to break those walls down, and we have to work to help them get healed so they can receive, the best of life, and they won't be held back by their own unforgiveness and their own hurts, their own pains. So share this with somebody else. I hope this encouraged you, because it really encouraged me. I mean, Kenesha said that yesterday, and I was like, wow, that was crazy. Hold on. I'm going to get my sketch back. So the way you do this sketch is if you actually put your finger on the screen and hold the screen. If you're periscoping, if you're doing a video, hold the screen and the sketch option will come up. And man, you can do all kind of crazy stuff. It is so fun. You can give yourself crazy hair, give myself a little beard there. And then you can do blue, give yourself, hold on, I'm trying to give myself some earrings. There we go. Got some studs. So it's really cool. Yeah, they made this for, I really believe that they made this for me. I'm so excited, and I don't even know how to act. I don't know how to act. It's just, I don't know. So share this with somebody else. Thank you for logging on. If you're not following, I want you please to follow so you don't miss any of the scopes. And I love encouraging people, and I like to encourage you to live the best life and be successful in whatever God has called you to do. Thank you so much, Tina. I appreciate that. Thank you. You are welcome, Great Grace. Thank you. Hey, Pastor, coming to LWCC from Michigan for my JBS graduation in June. Awesome. Congratulations to you. Life-changing. Awesome. Thank you, music producer. I appreciate that. I don't trust anyone. I was raised by a father who was a narcissist, a mother who was borderline personality, and I'm sorry to hear that, and that is a rough situation. I won't lie. That is a tough situation, but that doesn't mean that you have to walk around with that situation and treat everybody else as they have done something wrong to you. I know it's hard. Sometimes it could be painful. I know it's hard to get over, but I actually have a recommendation for you. Boom! This is a great book, The Power to Forgive. It talks about forgiveness and inner healing, what it actually does. There are psychological and scientific things that happen in your body as you don't forgive and as you forgive. So I want you to check this book out if you're having some struggles, some challenges in forgiving those who have done you wrong. I'm not saying that if they have done you wrong, it's okay. What I'm saying is that if they have done you wrong and you're holding on to it, you're only hurting yourself. Check it out. So go watch the Go Hard podcast concerning forgiveness, love, righteousness, healing. That's right. So we have a Go Hard for Christ podcast. I talk about it. There's one called The War Within that I talk about forgiveness and inner healing. Inner healing like sozo. I'm not sure what that is. Is that Greek? I'm not sure. How to get to the Go Hard for Christ podcast? How? Yes. Okay. The Go Hard for Christ podcast, you can go to Apple iTunes, real simple, and type in Go Hard for Christ, and boom, you'll find our podcast right there. I have a teaching called The War Within, or you can go to gohardforchrist.podomatic.com, and you can check it out that way too. So it's called The War Within. I have a teaching that I've done on forgiveness. It's really, really good, and it'll really, really help you. So you are welcome. So if you go to Apple iTunes Store, you search Go Hard for Christ, you will find our podcast, and you can check out our teachings. Thank you for sharing. You are welcome. Get a smiley face. All right. There you go. I love this thing. Okay, I got to get off of here because I would sketch all day. Don't tell my kids because they will... Man, Josh and Lily will be all over this thing, like trying to draw all over my scope. So it is a lot of fun. Check it out if you're a periscoper. Check it out. From Jess, Kanisha, and Nikki. Oh, thank you guys for logging on. I appreciate that. Kanisha, thank you so much for sharing that revelation with us yesterday. Nikki, get them. I know, out of control. Thank you. All right. Thanks so much. Share this with somebody else. Thank you for all the hearts, all the love. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. You rock. I'll give you some hearts myself. Okay. I'm out of here. Got to go to work now.